it's a party here.
It is a party. It's always a party.
Are we all having fun?
Yeah.
Woo woo! So right now, I have got two beautiful and handsome, talented people in the studio.
We could just both be beautiful.
Why do you want to be called beautiful as a man?
There's nothing wrong with that. Beautiful man.
Oh, he's already started. Wow. We've got Shayla Rose in the building.
La 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 la.
And we've got Souls in the building.
La 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 la.
Woo, 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 woo. It is 16 minutes past 9. Tosin Dimez here, and we are live at the West Side. But I feel like we needed to switch it up, get both of you in here, and do a bit of motivation.
Yes.
You know, but fun motivation, not that boring motivation. Okay.
Of course.
So many things have gone on in the world in terms of Khloe Kardashian, Jordan Woods, Tristan Thompson, the whole betrayal situation. Then we have Shamima Begum, who's trying to get into London, who unfortunately went to Syria and joined ISIS.
Oh my gosh,
And it really just sparked the theme of forgiveness and people saying that, you know, they want to be forgiven. Jordan wants to be forgiven, and in the family, Shamima wants UK to forgive her. So it's just something that's really, really sad. And it got me thinking about forgiveness and whether I'm one to forgive. So let's be honest, let's start straight, go into it deep end. Who here struggles with forgiveness? Put your hands up right now. Wow, I'm on my own. Okay, shall I start again? Who here struggles with forgiveness?
Sometimes it depends.
It depends, yeah.
I got two. I got two hands up. Oh wow, so I'm the only one. Okay.
No, I kind of. It depends.
Yeah, it depends.
What do you mean depends?
So
on the situation. Who
yeah,
it is,
both.
how
It's
close
like,
they are to you.
Like some people can forgive like that. Come like, you know what, it's no point. But some people are like, they need to feel.
Do you know what? I've struggled with forgiveness, and I feel like God is really working with me through it, because I realize forgiveness is so destructive in my life. If I have that bitterness and anger towards other people, it is not great for me.
100%.
Especially when it comes to family, sometimes that's the hardest one.
Yeah.
But I think when you get rid of that bitterness, you start to flourish a bit more.
And you feel like lighter.
You feel
do you know
much
what I mean?
lighter,
Yeah.
So my question to you is, I feel like you got straight into it. Who is harder to forgive? A partner, a family member, or a friend?
Family member.
Family member or friend.
Mine is friend.
Yeah.
It depends. I can't lie. Nah, for me, it's family member. I can't even lie. It's like, because I think that if you're a family member,
Wow.
like, you have more of a
more loyalty to
exactly to me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hardly anybody keeps the same friends over the years, innit? Friends are very fickle. You know what I mean?
The reason why I'm like, it has to be a friend, is because with family, you're stuck with them. So it's easier for me to forgive my sister or my mum, my dad, whatever. Not that you do anything, mummy, but it's just easier to forgive in terms of like, you have to move on the next day. Whereas with a friend, I feel like they know you in a different way.
Yeah.
Some of the secrets I'm sharing, and I'm hearing it on the street.
Can never be.
Am I really?
Okay, in
shall
that
never
sense,
be.
yeah. In that sense, I get you. If it's something small and it's within the family, cool. Yeah, I understand. Brush it over. But if it's something serious, yeah, then family's the hardest.
The thing is, I feel like with partners, they're the most easy, like that's the easiest
Get over it
people to
quick.
forgive,
Yeah.
just because they can put it on you. I've heard girls say that if he gave it to me good, then
That's
it's
it.
over. And I'm like,
That's a
how? How? Like, you know deep down it's
Cleanse
still
your mind.
in there. It's still in there.
She'll remind you though, even after, no.
Bring it up
for
again,
a little
innit?
bit.
Who do you think is worse at forgiving, men or women?
I think women.
You
Do you,
think women?
I don't know. I think it's men.
I think men.
Once they have
'cause
that,
yeah. Double standards,
yeah.
actually. Yeah, no.
Double
I think
standards.
a woman will forgive. She might not let you. She might drop hints and like jab you here and there after, but she will slowly come off it. But men, we can hold it. If you do us dirty, we'll hold it.
why
for a long
though?
Yeah,
Because
but
if
once you
it's the
broken
same
trust,
thing, you want me to
Because
forgive
I think
you?
we got bigger egos,
more pride, you know.
more pride.
Chest to
Yeah,
I don't
so-
know. Don't say you know.
It's not acceptable. I'm not
No,
saying
calm, don't
it's
like
okay. I'm just saying that's how they are.
Yeah.
So the
is.
University of Pittsburgh psychologist Karina Schumann, she studies interpersonal conflict resolution, and she had 2 studies, okay? And she said that women were reported to offend more and apologize more than men in the first study. And then the second one, they said that men saw offenses as less severe than women.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, yeah, sounds about right. I don't agree. I don't agree. Okay. No, I do agree about the fact that it is severe, and I feel like men do play down the things that they do.
Yeah.
You know it's wrong, but you feel like you just manipulate the whole situation.
Manipulation. That is the I'm sorry, but
Wow,
you guys do that
what,
too much.
we're talking
It's
about
so bad,
manipulation.
You know? You can be at fault for one thing, and then all of a sudden, something so irrelevant is now overriding the main point, and they've now taken a U-turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna lose it.
Okay.
I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
Masters at manipulation. They need Grammys, Oscars. Give it to them.
How can women talk about manipulation?
Wow.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what it is?
When you're in the wrong,
bruv.
when guys are in the wrong.
Don't make me tag team people. Listen, women are the worst. You look no. Even this is manipulation.
No, women are calculated
Wow.
and we're smart.
So you just called us manipulators.
Of course.
It's you that's the manipulator.
we're smart about it. That's
You.
why.
And this is how they do it. They convince you that you're the
Hey.
manipulator,
Wow.
and you think you're crazy.
The thing is, when people watch
Yeah.
this on YouTube, they will see how he spun this around.
Thank you.
They will see.
Unbelievable.
They'll
Trying to
see the
behave like a
thumb.
victim.
Unbelievable. Can you imagine?
Why is unforgiveness so dangerous then?
Start becoming bitter when you harbour things like. Is this You start becoming bitter and you just harbour things, and it starts to affect you personally and the way you treat people. And I just feel like it's not good. Like I feel like you need to release it. Obviously, like coming from like a religious point of view, I feel like that's not even.
Yeah,
It's not an option because
Yeah.
it can hold you back from your own
definitely.
blessings,
Destiny,
and
yeah.
even from you getting past a certain stage in your life, like you harbour in so much things. So I just feel like that's why.
The thing is, with bitterness, right, it's so deep rooted that you feel like you've forgiven. So the thing I saw was that I forgave really easily.
Yeah.
That it made me feel like, oh
And you
yeah,
haven't
I'm
really-
so
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I've forgiven. I'm
Brushing it
a
off.
Christian.
And then you
all of
see
that.
them, and then what?
And then when the same behavior
Fire.
Yeah.
happens
Oh,
again, then
yeah.
I'm like, you did this before. And I realized me forgiving so easily, first of all, enabled their behavior because sometimes consequences are necessary for you to
Definitely.
take responsibility and change.
Absolutely.
One. Number two, don't minimize my feelings. You are
Exactly. They
allowed
gotta
to be
feel the
hurt.
treatment.
Yeah.
They gotta feel it.
But
Like,
you have to
yeah.
feel it for yourself as well, and stop like pretending that everything's okay and take
That's
responsibility
fine. Yeah.
about how you feel. And then I realized that's why unforgiveness is so destructive to my life.
Yeah.
You know, the people around me aren't growing, and also I'm pretending like I'm all right when I really thought I was.
You're
But then
dying
the same
inside.
thing, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
you're
get
doing
it.
it again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you can't really forgive sometimes.
And it's a
that
process as
easily
well.
at
You're
all.
not
Okay, so
gonna-
how do you forgive someone then?
Time and space. You need your space and you need your time. Like you're not like perfect.
I felt like before we go into more of the discussion, I needed to play a little Forgiveness 101. I'm going to ask you some questions and you need to give me your straight answers for this. If the deed, in terms of the perpetrator doing a deed to the victim, was done publicly, should the apology be done publicly too?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Tristan, get your public apology. Just get it.
But he's not sorry though.
Can you see the fact that there was
He's
a
not
picture
sorry.
with a girl with her fingernails?
Yeah,
What are we
he's not
doing?
sorry. He doesn't care.
And then Jordan, no offense, going on Jada, that was a very smart marketing
Yeah,
move.
yeah.
She's not sorry
the
either.
whole thing's a marketing move. I can't lie. It's all a setup. So let us
Okay,
enjoy the
I agree. It has to be done
entertainment.
publicly. You want to shame me publicly, has to say sorry publicly.
100%.
And I'm still not going to let you back in my life, but thank you for the public apology. When does forgiveness turn into stupidity?
After the second time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can't be doing that.
Okay, let's be honest, right? A quote in the Bible, it said, Ephesians 4, verses 31 to 32, it says, get rid of all bitterness, rage and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ
forgave.
God forgave you.
Yeah.
We thank God that I can actually
But in
speak.
that, it doesn't say let them ride you like a donkey and let them take the mick out of you and
Amen,
let them
amen.
let them really spoil your brand and your name. And yeah, it doesn't say that.
Sister, tell them.
You have to use wisdom.
Wisdom is not easy for
It's
some
not
people.
easy, but it needs to be applied.
Do you know what? I think it becomes stupidity when you have seen that they can't change their behavior. One. Two, you start losing yourself for their actions and you start compromising things that you shouldn't be compromising at your age. You know, especially like, let's say your career, you want to be like, oh yeah, I want to give it to my man and all of that stuff. He's here sleeping with everyone and you're not going for that audition or whatever because you feel that, oh, I need to cook him dinner and I need to protect him and love him and all of that stuff. That is when stupidity has to be labelled on your head. Clearly stupid, you know?
Not
Of
wisdom.
course.
Not wisdom.
wise.
Very, very sad. Last question. What is the best way to apologise?
When you're not angry,
Okay.
when you're not angry,
Okay.
it's not going to be sincere.
Okay.
I'd agree. I'll say, yeah, when you've calmed down and you've had time to
so I
process
should
everything.
be upset the whole time while you are trying to calm down your emotions. I need my apology now.
No, when everyone's
Now.
calm.
Nah. Everyone's got to chill.
Yeah.
Because if I come to you at the wrong time, yeah.
You might say some nonsense.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I feel like you have to apologize when you are ready to take responsibility
Yeah.
to an extent, because there can be times where you are like, I'm not going to take responsibility for this. But if you want the person in your life, you have to be able to see it from their perspective. So I think a great apology is you saying sorry. You can explain why you did something, but don't make excuses, because no one wants to hear excuses. I want to hear that you actually care about what I'm saying and you respect that. Sorry goes a long way. I apologize, but the best apology is a change of behavior.
Yeah.
Change your
Yes,
behavior.
yes.
100%.
I don't want to see it again. I don't want to see it again. I want to see that you care about my feelings. If not, go and find someone else to destroy, because you're not destroying my life. No, I serve a living God, okay? A living. So my advice to all those that are dealing with forgiveness, what would you say, please, souls?
I would say you got to try and find it in your heart to forgive. However, don't be stupid. You get what I mean? I think, back to what you were saying before, it's good to forgive, but never forget. I don't believe in forgive and forget. Forgive and remember what they done last time, so that you don't end up in the same situation as before. innit?
End up in
You know what I mean?
McDonald's.
Ah,
Be ending
Yeah,
up
me.
in McDonald's.
McDonald's, pregnant. And yours, Shayla?
I'd say, yeah, just do it for you, if anything. If you don't care about the person, because if you do care about the person, then do it for that relationship if you value them. But if it's not for them, then do it for you. You don't want that on you. You don't want to be an enemy of your own progress. Like, at the end of the day, forgiveness is very hard, and it's hard for a reason, because it's getting you to a next level in your life. So don't let it hinder you, okay? Don't let that silly person disrupt your life.
You know
okay?
what I mean? I
Yeah,
completely agree with Shayla. I think that when you are the person that has done the deed that's wrong, you need to take responsibility, first of all, for your own growth. You know it's eating you alive. You know it's killing you. The guilt itself is so destructive to your growth, because you're always going to be second guessing who you are as a person, and that devalues who you are. Your self-worth goes down, and no one wants to live life like that. You can't be that confident person you're meant to be. And also, I believe that everyone has some sort of compassion and empathy. So I know that you do care about others. Please go out and say sorry. I know it's hard to stay in a situation where that person has, passion, aggression towards you. It's so difficult to be able to stay in a relationship where that person is not cooking you dinner and kissing their teeth every time you walk by, doing on the phone call because they don't want to see you. But the more you put in time, the more you fight for something, it's going to come back to you if you change that behavior.
Yeah.
To the person that's dealing with forgiveness issues, forgive. You have to forgive for you, not because of them, but it gives you power back on you. First of all, it feels so good when you know that you've done right to someone else, especially when they've done wrong to you. You
believing.
put coals
For-
on their head.
You're like,
Believe
well,
God.
God can't say anything to me. You
You know,
feel like
the
"Rah, my
blessings.
blessings can't be blocked
You
because I've done what I
know.
had to do, God.
You
You're
know.
like, God, you see me, yeah.
And then
100%.
also see the times where you have wronged someone. You want them to forgive you. So how can you ask for forgiveness when you yourself have not forgiven? I do believe
that exact.
I do
Can just
believe it
say,
comes, yeah.
Like, in terms of religion and stuff, it's like you ask God for all
Bruh.
this stuff. That's I see it as this.
Bruh.
I can't be praying to God all this time, and He told me to forgive, and I'm here not. It just
Yep.
doesn't make any sense,
yeah.
does it?
Where are the blessings
Exactly.
in your
But
forgiveness?
that's what makes it so hard. Like it's a process.
Yeah,
man.
you have to ask him for forgiveness. I'm a Christian, so I have to say, God, please help me to forgive this person. And then sometimes you'll think about it a month later, you get angry all over again. It is a process. It is a process.
You can't just forgive straight away. You got to bide your time.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Heal
Yeah,
and talk about it.
Yeah, let it out.
Yeah, have that conversation. I want to thank you so much. That was our motivation with us. After